Okay, so now it's recording. Hey everybody, I'm Hugh Brownstone for Planet 5D, wishing you an early Happy New Year, and to just take a moment to reflect on 2014. What an amazing year for gear porn. It's just incredible. And I think the best way that I can sum up what this year has been is to tell you what I'm shooting with right now as I bring this message to you. Well, I'm not shooting on my tiny Rebel SL1s. I traded down to a pair of them at the beginning of 2014 from my Canon 5D Mark II, and that was a great decision. They're better video cameras, they take all the Canon lenses. Great. No, I'm not shooting with them anymore. I'm not shooting with the Panasonic GH4, a camera which some of you know from an earlier review I did with the Noctons, I think is fantastic. I'm not shooting with the Sony a7, or the a7S, or the a7R, or the a7 Mark II, although I'm not even sure that's out yet, and that's a really interesting camera to me. I'm not shooting with the Sony FS7, which I had my hands on for a weekend, which is awesome, but no, I'm not shooting with that either. And I'm not shooting with the GoPro. I'm shooting with a Sony a6000. And I think when I tell you the rest of the kit I'm shooting with, it really drives home the point. I paid $249 for the body. How did I do that? Well, during the Black Friday madness, and we don't have to participate in the madness quite the same way. We don't have to rush to a physical store. We've got Amazon, B&H Photo, Adorama, and all these other places. I renewed my Vimeo subscription, my Vimeo Pro subscription, for which I got a $200 gift card at B&H Photo. At the same time, the Sony a6000 body was on sale for $449. So I paid $249 for this body. And I love it. Why do I love it? It feels like what the Leica should have been for the last, I don't know how many years. It feels solid in the hand. It feels small in the hand. And for those of you who say, oh, it's too small, okay, to each his own. But from where I sit, and I don't have small hands, this is just amazing. The menus, they're good enough. They're not crap, and they're not brilliant, but they're easy to navigate through. So it's neither here nor there. The thing of it is a honkin' awesome video camera. And it's a pretty damn good still camera. I'll show you a couple of stills later. But here's the thing. It's built as a better hybrid than just about anything else out there. The autofocus is great when you're using a Sony lens, and the autofocus is terrible when you're not. When you're using a Metabones adapter with Canon glass, it hunts, it hunts, it hunts, it hunts, it eventually locks. Forget about it. Manual focus. And that's another thing that I'm shooting with. I'm shooting with a tack sharp Canon 24mm 1.4 lens right now, wide open. Yeah, I looked up at the monitor that's sitting on top of this camera because it has clean HDMI out. And that monitor is from Aperture, not small HD, which I love, not the big guns whose names you know. I'm shooting with an Aperture VS2, and it's great. It's tack sharp. It's got focus assist. It's got zebras. It's got audio. The clean HDMI out from the Sony a6000 is complemented by audio through the HDMI cable, which is something that at the end of 2014 most Canon DSLRs still don't do. What else do we have going on here? I got rid of my Zoom H4n, and I'm not recording with my Rode NT-G2, although I still have the Rode because it's a great mic, and the Zoom was a great recorder, but it was a bad pairing, the Zoom with the Rode. Instead, I'm now recording on the Tascam DR70D, which is great because I have it screwed into the bottom of the Sony a6000. I've got it turned around so I can see the meters, and I'm running a lav, a $30 lav from the Tascam. So that's it. Really, really different. And once again, it demonstrates that from the perspective of image quality, yes, it's about the gear, and no, it's not about the gear. Okay, I think I'm done.